Welcome back to the 2022 Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament presented by Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for the 2022 Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, and the Ramkota.
Howard to the face-off circle, pass in front for Greasy, scores! Howard with a good pass, and Ashton Grease, his 15th of the year.
The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, and the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce. And also by Becky Potsaba, State Farm Insurance, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, and the University of Jamestown.
And here comes Max Moore in on a break, he scores! Max Moore makes it 2-1 with 4:50 to play in the first period.
14th goal for Moore on the
Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, Renke Gray Wealth Management, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, and Kubota.
Brookings Rangers all got their helmets unhinged. They're ready to throw it in celebration. Down to 5 seconds. For the first time since 2017, the Brookings Rangers are state champions of South Dakota.
Now let's join John Winkler, Jeff Anderson, and Jim Lloyd for the call.
And we welcome you back here as we start game number 3 of our 4 games here today. It is the start of the semifinal round, as it is the Brookings Rangers and the Sioux Falls Flyers. Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd, who will have play-by-play of this game. And gentlemen, not to take anything away from the first 2 games, which were both good, fun games. And of course, we had an overtime game in the Sioux Center and Sioux Falls 2. But now the real fun begins. The next 2 winners will be facing off in the state championship tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, the teams from now on are fighting for the state championship, that's right. And they're going to be 2 high-flying games, 4 very good teams. Of course, the Brookings Rangers, Sioux Falls Flyers, Sioux Falls number 1 is going to play in this one, and then we're going to see the Owyhee Capitals and, of course, the Rushmore Thunder, who are undefeated. So both of these games should be up and down, and it's going to be some really good hockey.
And this is a rematch of last year. It was Sioux Falls 2, but it's pretty much the same team going against the Sioux Falls 1 squad now going against Brookings, and a chance to revenge a little bit, get to the state championship this year. One we don't know yet. We won't know until we get to this. Till we get to the start of the game. Ryan Flanagan was dressed. He was warming up.
looks good out there.
Yes.
If he is ready to play, that changes how things might be. Not to take away anything from Caden Heiser, but Ryan Flanagan's your goalie. He was all-state for a reason, and that's why if he can go, they're going to put him between the pipes.
And I would think he's going to go if he can. And we watched him a little bit in warm-ups. He took quite a few reps, and he, to me, he looks fine. So we will find out. I don't know what exactly the injury was, but yeah, I'd like to see him go. You know, there's nothing worse than getting taken out of a tournament early, especially when you're a team fighting for a state championship.
This is an electric crowd already. You can feel the buzz in the air.
Yeah.
The Zamboni's even got people going. He's got a camera.
Yeah, he is having a lot of fun. He's getting the student sections pumped up right here. But this is such a good crowd. It's going to be such a fun crowd on hand for the next 2 games, because you know that they're going to stick around. They're going to want to stick around and watch the next game as well. And you're going to be bringing in the Rushmore and Owyhee fans at some point in this game, and they're all going to mix and match here for the next several hours. But this is going to be a lot of fun.
I wouldn't say that this place is full, but it's pretty full.
Well, I was going to say that about 85, maybe
Yeah.
90%. Yeah.
Few seats down on the far corner over there. View left. Standing, of course, all the way around on the balconies.
So let's get to this matchup here, because Brookings and Sioux Falls won it. They played not too long ago to end the regular season. It wasn't the final game of the regular season, but it was on that Friday before the regular season came to an end, and it was a 1-1 tie. Sioux Falls 1 had lost 2-0 earlier in the season. That was on January 7th. And then on February 25th, that last Friday of the regular season, it was a 1-1 tie. This is a Sioux Falls team that's got to feel confident to knock off a Brookings Rangers team tonight and get to the state championship.
Yes. Yeah, and you got to have, like we said last week, a little swagger. You need a little swagger in this game. Come in here and act like, when we throw things like that out, you feel like you can beat anybody here, and you have to feel that way going into a game like that.
Well, and both of these teams are used to playing confidence.
And yes, and
there's
both used to winning.
A long tradition of winning in both of these squads, and neither one of these teams came here to get second place.
That's right.
And they thought that when they walked in the arena, they were after first place.
And neither team wants to be playing the third place game tomorrow either.
That's right.
And again, Ryan Flanagan could be a difference maker in this game, because when he left yesterday's game, it felt like there was no possible way that we were going to see Flanagan play in the state semifinal. But now we're not so sure. Now it seems like he might be good to go, and that's a big, big boost to them. Max Moore is not going to be available, as he had 2 misconducts yesterday, so he's out this game. That hurts Sioux Falls 1. They had some issues yesterday with Brookings, so I believe Justin Kirchhoff is not the acting head coach today. He's going to serve a 1-game suspension, I believe. We'll see if he's on the bench or not. But that also, when a head coach is not on the bench, things feel a little bit different.
Yeah,
with the team that's won the state championship, they've been really good the last couple of years. Your head coach is not on the bench, whether it's being sick or being a suspension or whatever it might be. The team that can hurt a team. That can. The atmosphere of the bench can change.
Well, and then you take out a Max Moore. He led the team during the regular season with 20 goals and 13 assists. So it's not like you take out any old buddy. You take out your leading scorer on your team. That makes a big difference also.
I kind of watched a few warm-ups with Sioux Falls, and it almost looks like they are going to switch some people around. I'll bet Corey Perdie's going to play defense the way it looks. That's the way he warmed up. We'll see.
That'll be interesting to see who they then move up to offense, whether it's Eberspacher or maybe go with 3 lines of defense, because what we have here is two full lines of defense, those first and second unit, and then Evan Eberspacher is that 5th defenseman that kind of gets a shift every once in a while. So it could be a difference to have him maybe be that maybe 3 pairs of defensemen instead of having the 2 with 1 by himself.
Yeah, that's right. And it'll be interesting to see who they replace Moore with on what was considered their top line.
Yeah.
For Sioux Falls 1.
So it'll be it's going to be a good matchup here between these 2 teams, between Sioux Falls 1 and the Brookings Rangers in the state semifinal. As we'll have the puck drop coming up here in just a little bit. And again, Jim, before we get to that puck drop, this is, you're on Sioux Falls ice, so Sioux Falls feels like they're the home team. However, the Brookings Rangers, they travel really well. There's still fans piling in. It looks like it's got maybe 200, 300 more people in here in just the last minute or so. But this is not a typical home game for Sioux Falls, although they're on Sioux Falls home ice.
We could actually sell our spot probably for about $25 a seat.
Well, maybe we can sell a little bit higher, and then they can do the game. We'll sit and watch.
Yeah, but the Brookings crowd is full.
Yeah.
I mean, that is full from one wall to the other, and the student section's huge. Of course, Sioux Falls, it's about equal. But if I'm going to guess right now, I'm going to say there's more Brookings people here right now than there are Sioux Falls.
And I would say that this is even bigger at this stage of the tournament than it was last year. And last year they had a great crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest crowd since I've been in here.
So this will be a fun one here this evening between the Sioux Falls 1 and the Brookings Rangers. Sioux Falls 1, the 3 seed. Brookings Rangers, the 2 seed. 15-3-1-1 for Sioux Falls coming in to the state tournament. Brookings at 17-1-1-1. Sioux Falls won in overtime, 4-3 yesterday against Sioux Center. Brookings had a running clock win, 7-0 over Sioux Falls 2. That's how they got to this point, and where this should be a good one here in the state semifinal, our first of 2 state semifinals here on Capital City Rock, KSDR, KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
I can tell you one thing for sure about this game. It will not end in a tie.
That's right.
Like they did last time.
They ended a 1-1 tie. We will play until we have a winner, if that is the case again. And it should be. This is going to be a fun one here this evening between Sioux Falls 1 and the Brookings Rangers. We'll step aside with our pregame break, and when we come back, we'll have puck drop for you. Starting lineups and puck drop for you. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, KSDR, KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Wahi Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Wahi Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Wahi Federal Credit Union.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Wahi Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today. As we welcome you back here and getting set for puck drop between the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers and the Brookings Rangers. John McClure alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd will send it down the PA for the introduction of the starting lineups.
45 years ago, the first televised South Dakota varsity tournament was televised on KSFY. The winning team in 1997 was the Sioux Falls Flyers. The members of the team, please stand up and be recognized. The group was organized by Vince Jones. Let's hear it for the 1997 Flyers. Now for the starting lineups for the Sioux Falls Flyers varsity 1. At defense, number 16, Jack Siebert. At the other team, number 81, Wyatt Hertzler. Forward, number 7, Will McDonald. Also forward, number 21, Jordan Cole. Also forward, number 44, Brock Mullins. The total finger for Sioux Falls today, number 1, Ryan Flanagan. And now for the Brookings Rangers, starting at T, number 6, Luke Markov. His defense partner, number 26, Jacob Drew. Starting at 4, number 20, Talon Richter. Also forward, number 27, Logan Volkman. Rounding off the forward line, number 88, Owen Schneider. We met today for Brookings, number 39, Kay Loretto. The national anthem has been played. Let's play.
All right, we're ready to go. Here the first semifinal of 2 today.
I think you can call it a packed house.
It's a packed house.
It's a packed house.
And this is going to be an energized group. They were so energized during the warm-ups and introductions. This place is about to light up, I'm sure, with that ever important first goal.
And Brookings, of course, came out and was met with a loud round of boos from the Sioux Falls people.
Well, and you have to feel for these kids to play in this one. These types of games are fun. This is why This is why you laced them up.
That's right.
So
Jim Lloyd's got the call for us.
Happy to have everybody along.
Right.
A few things going on in the Sioux Falls side over here. Flanagan is going to play. He went out yesterday in a game, and we didn't know if he's going to return. Nice to see him back. Ryan Flanagan, he's a fun goalie to watch. And we're going to have Malwitz is going to face off. And we have our face-offs controlled by the Brookings Rangers, and a shot on goes up and over the screen. It's not a shot on goal, but it goes up and over the top of the screen. And I believe that might have been Struck who shot that one. We're going to face off to the left-hand side of Flanagan in the offensive zone for Brookings. Controlled by Brookings, going to dump down all the way around and back of the net. Fighting for the puck over there is Hermsen, and the defenses, and held in here by Brookings. There's going to be a shot by Struck. He can't quite get it to the net. Goes a little bit wide. Puck over in the far side. That's Ashton Whitty. Going to dump it back over to Struck. Struck's going to take it around the back of the net, looking for a centering pass. Gets chucked off the puck, and here comes Sioux Falls up through the neutral zone. Now throwing all the way back in to the zone is Drew. Jacob Drew from his defense position, and Sioux Falls is going to try everything they can to break it out. Struck finds it at the blue line, does come out, and it's thrown back in by Peterson. Flanagan touches it up, and here comes Sioux Falls. There's a little pressure down there by Richter. Richter's going to look for a centering pass, and there's a shot on. Flanagan finds it on the pads, and we're going to have a stoppage of play.
Student section to our left will not sit down the whole game. They'll be standing.
At the period break, we're going to go over there and see if they'll sit for us. Bortnum's going to take the face-off, is going to control, and a shot on, goes wide, deflected in traffic, and comes down to the near side. We can't see anything over there. There's way too many students. This puck is flipped over onto the far boards. And Sioux Falls now is going to try to get it out of the zone. That's Per Diems. He's going to play defense a little bit in this game, and here comes Sioux Falls going to try to break it out. Up to the near side. This is coming up into the zone, and Sioux Falls does get the zone and have to check back up the way it looks, and here comes Brookings. Brookings Rangers are going to bring it up through the neutral zone. A little bit of resistance there. Now they're going to dump it all the way down and can't quite get it out down there. Broken up by a Sioux Falls player. Neutral zone. Tried to get it back over the neutral zone at the red line. And comes across ice. Now it's up to the red line, and Sioux Falls is going to dump it in. It's going to carry him all the way back around, and Brecker's going to stop it for a teammate. Brookings going to break it out here into the neutral zone, and throwing in deep there is Matheson. Brecker stops another one. Brookings Rangers are going to try to break out of the zone. Can't quite do it at this time. Puck caroms back around. Fans want some sort of penalty. There's a hit right behind the bench, and there's no call. And Brookings going to bring it back around off, and it does come out of the zone to a Sioux Falls defensive man. Sioux Falls defensive man, that's Nick Lohr. And thrown on goal. And Brecker finds that one. This place is gonna erupt on our ever important goal. First goal of the game is always an important one, and the roof is gonna come off this place for either team. Facing off to the right-hand side is Brecker. Is Melwitz, and that one off the face-off goes right over to Brecker. And they're gonna put it back on the same spot and try again. Ashton Whitty's over there, facing off with Melwitz. Face-off controlled here by Brookings. Can't quite get it on there. Taken off a stick. Held in the zone. There's McDonald. McDonald's going to carry it off the far boards. And now it does come out of the zone to the neutral zone. Can be tapped all the way over here to Edwards from the defense position, back over to the far board. Karam's off the board. Malwins can't find it on his stick, and here comes Brookings. Brookings Harchoff's going to pass it over, and this shot's going to go on. Karam's outside, another shot. Right, dangerous puck right in front of Flanagan, and this puck bounces out of the near corner into the neutral zone. Ashton Whitty's going to dump it in, and chasing down there for Sioux Falls, the defensive man, that's Caden Adams. Gets pinned up against the board, and Sioux Falls going to take the pass all the way back around. Met with resistance by Bortnam. Sioux Falls going to try to break it out. Brookings does it well. They hold you tight into your zone, into their offensive zone, and you cannot get out of the zone, and we're seeing that right now. They did it great yesterday. They've been doing it for years. The Brookings Rangers can hold a zone like no other team in the state. And this one's going to carry them up off the far boards into the stands. Sioux Falls is going to get a shift change. Brookings is going to stay with what they have. Bortnam's going to face off to the left-hand side of Flanagan with per diems. And it's controlled by Brookings. Backhander tried to go to the net, can't quite get it there, and here comes Sioux Falls up through the neutral zone. And a shot on and a whistle blows. I'll bet we are offsides. That was Valen bringing it in. So we're going to face off right in front of us, just outside the blue line. Malwitz and Ashton Whitty. I'm sorry, that was Bortnam. Bortnam gets it now at the red line. He's going to dump it down deep. And Brookings Rangers chase it around the back of the net. That's Hermson. Gets surrounded by two Brookings Rangers. And Sioux Falls coming out of the zone and up through the neutral zone. That's Per Diem's going to throw it down deep, and they're going to go get a change. Brookings are going to pick it up and break out of their zone. Out into the neutral zone. Takes a big hit over there on the far corner. And now Brookings dumps it down deep. Sioux Falls going to flip it all the way out, and that's going to go all the way down, and I bet we're going to have an offsides, and we do. Icing. Offsides, icing.
That's the same thing.
John, I was just making sure you were listening.
That's right.
So we're going to face off to the left-hand side of Flanagan. Ryan Flanagan, nice to have him back in the goal. We didn't know if he was going to go today. And we're going to face off. Controlled there by Brookings. Puck scoots towards the net. And now it's picked up by a Sioux Falls player, and he's going to chip it into the stands and puck out of play.
The puck comes all the way back in real quick.
Kate Edwards flipped that one into the fans.
Just trying to give a souvenir.
We're going to face off in the offensive zone for the Brookings Rangers. And this is controlled by the Brookings Rangers, and a shot goes from the defense all the way up and over. Shot by Dobish. And puck is over on the far loose puck and still loose in front of the net. Pretty dangerous puck, and now they're going to have a backhand shot. And that's going to, I think that was by Ashton Whitty. Backhand shot, and Flanagan finds it in his glove. Pretty nice shot there. I don't know how you get that. He kind of shot that behind him on a backhand.
Yeah.
Malwitz and Ashton Whitty will face off. Controlled by Struck, gets a shot right off the face-off, and he controls it down the far boards, flips it back to nobody there, and now the defense for Brookings is going to flip it all the way back in. Chasing over there is Seifert, and he turned and fired that thing into the stands.
Heads up.
Somebody was hit by that one. Looks like everybody's okay, maybe. Yeah, they're going to walk out and see how they're doing. Boy, that was a dangerous puck. 3 pucks into the stands already today, and that one had
some mustard on it.
Had a little mustard on it. Face off. Goes in front to Richter. And the puck caroms all the way back down, and Flanagan hands it to Hermson. Hermson's going to look up the ice on the far board. Going to try to shake it out. Now they do. Per Diem's going to be ridden off the puck. He does get it into the zone. And this is deep in his own centering pass. Didn't quite make there. Sioux Falls now in the offensive zone. They haven't spent much time there yet in this game. And here we go with Brookings, and here comes Richter. Richter's going to take a shot. Had a little bit deflection on it and can't quite get to it. It did find it all the way to the goalie. That's Talon Richter with the shot, and he's going to go off. And we have a scuffle down in the near corner over the heads of the Sioux Falls fans, and it does now come out. And Sioux Falls is going to flip it all the way down to the other end where it's going to be controlled over there by Jacob Drew. Flipped all the way up through the neutral zone, and we are going to get an icing as the pass goes too far from the Brookings Rangers stick.
So only 4-1 in shots right now in favor of Brookings. We have played just over 6 minutes of this game. 10:58 to go in the first period.
First goal is going to be important, like they all are. Two very confident teams here. Both of these teams playing to get into that state championship. There's not a person out here right now that thinks that these teams can't win it. And that's exactly the way they play in this one. Face-off gets deflected and now comes up through the neutral zone. Brookings is going to be 3-on-1 here. If they hurry up, a backhand goes up and over and into the net. That's struck off of Struck's stick on a backhand. Brookings Rangers do a couple things to you. They hold you tight in your zone and don't let you breathe, and they move up through the neutral zone with numbers. Going to face off to the left-hand side of Flanagan. As the fans, you can probably hear them chanting both ways. They're waiting for a goal. And this place will erupt. Face-off controlled in the offensive zone by the Brookings Rangers, goes back around the back of the net, and this one comes back out. Shot doesn't quite make it there. Two Sioux Falls players goes down. Struck's right in the back of the net looking for a centering pass. Can't quite get it. Ashton Whitty dumps it all the way down in the corner. Sioux Falls players trying to chip it out. A lot of congestion over on the far board. Now a shot comes in all the way from the blue line. And that might be Honkamp over there. And that shot was right into the glove of Flanagan. So we're going to face off to the left-hand side of Ryan Flanagan, the Sioux Falls goalie. It's controlled by the Sioux Falls as Flanagan helps get that around the back of the net. Sioux Falls gets it out and intercepted by a Brookings player, and now it's going to come up through the neutral zone. This is Paradigms. Paradigms throws it down deep. Paradigms. Said it right the first few times. And now it's going to be tipped back, and the Brookings Rangers defense is going to regroup with this one and chips it all the way back down, and that's going to go down for an icing. That was by Honkamp. So many good Honkamps in the Brookings camp over the years.
For years, yeah.
I don't ever remember a team without one.
No, I don't either, and of course Randy continues to be very active at the state level.
Brookings is going to get a change. They're going to go with Whitty. Herchoff. And Whitty faces off here. And this is going to be controlled by Sioux Falls. Tapped in all the way deep for Sioux Falls. McDonald's going to find it over on this corner. Now it's going to have to be held in here by Edwards. Edwards throws it at the net, and that one's warded off by Brecker. Edwards going to have it in defense, and he's going to give up a little ground here. He's going to try to get it up to the Melwitz. Melwitz can't handle it right at the blue line. It's going to come back to Edwards. Edwards shrugging off a check there by the Brookings Rangers. It's all happening right in front of the Sioux Falls bench. And there's a little scuffle right in front of the bench. Now it comes loose and goes all the way back over to Corey. That's Jorgen Corey. And Brookings Ranger got a turnover there and got a shot on goal. He was 1-on-4 for the Brookings Rangers. That was Herchoff.
And a trip is coming up on Sioux Falls, so we have our first Pelican Power Sports power play as Jorgen Corey will go to the penalty box.
Herchoff was all by himself high in the slot, and he was surrounded by Sioux Falls players. So we're going to have a first Pelican Power Sports power play for the Brookings Rangers. This comes over to Whitty. Whitty's going to look in, trying to set up. Here comes Whitty again. Whitty's going to throw it right on the ice, ward it off into the near corner. Whitty's got it again on the blue line. Pass over and a shot. And they get it in. That's going to be Merritt. The shot came across, and Ryan Flanagan was a little off to the side, and Merritt found it. I'm sure there's going to be an assist on that one. Jack Merritt, he had 13 goals in the regular season. He finds one here.
The big first goal with 8:39 to go in the period.
Huge first goal. Face off at center ice. Scuffles and push. The puck never moved. The two players facing off. Push, that was Schlechter. Tristan Schlechter. And this puck's going to go down all the way to the other end.
Bortnum gets the assist.
Then Breck Hershoff also gets the assist.
Bortnum was the one that shot the first shot, I believe. We're going to face off in the offensive zone. It's the power play was scored by the Brookings Rangers. Power play goal. And Sioux Falls chips it off the far boards up across the red line. And met with resistance over there at the blue line. In the neutral zone now, it's picked up by the Brookings Rangers. Going to look for a pass up front, and they can't get that one over to Schulte. Peterson's got to chase all the way back for the Brookings Rangers up behind his goalie. And he's going to put the brakes on and go back the other way. Nice little play there, and he's going to do it with his legs up into the neutral zone, chips it off the boards. Malwitz can't quite get a handle on it. Now the Brookings are 2-on-2, and that shot goes wide. Down in the near corner, a corner that we don't see very well from where we're standing with the big crowd. And I believe it looked like, was it going to be a hand pass?
I think it went into the netting, but the puck's going to come. I thought it was going to come out of the zone, but I guess it's going to stay in the zone.
And it's going to stay in the offensive zone for the Brookings Rangers. Melwitz. And this one comes back out to Dobish. Dobish going to dump it down deep into the near corner. He's still in the near corner down there. Now this puck comes out and Struck's going to take a shot. Struck scores for the Brookings Rangers. Zach Struck. And it's 2-0 the Brookings Rangers. Zach Struck. That puck came out of the corner, the near corner. And he had everything on that one.
And Brookings is off and running. 2 goals in 1 minute and 6 seconds.
17 goals for Struck.
Perhaps have woke up the Lion here. Schneider brings it into the near corner. After the faceoff, held in by Dobish. Chasing over there is Schneider, controlled by the Brookings Rangers. Now it's down deep to Schneider. Schneider going to try to get it in deep, and that one's intercepted over there by Per Diems. Shot on, goes out into the near corner. Richter's down there, takes a check, and this puck comes flying up. And they're going to try to get it up out of the zone and into the neutral zone, and they can. And there's a push right in front of the Brookings bench, and they don't like that one. But it was a pretty legal push. So Sioux Falls is going to dump it in the zone.
Put the Brookings player right on his back. Whitty got the assist, I do believe, on that.
Cole Colbert's into the game. And this is going to come into the zone, and we're going to have a offsides. And this one's going to be offsides. And we're going to face off outside the blue line. Facing off outside the blue line. Brookings Rangers going to slap it all the way back down. It's going to go back of Flanagan. Going to go defense to defense behind him. Going up in the neutral zone. Thrown back down by the Brookings Rangers. And the Brookings Rangers spent a little time in here, and here's Honkamp. Honkamp's going to put one on, and that one goes just wide, and there's a scrum. Flanagan's flat on his back, and I think he's got it. He dove out to his left-hand side, and you can usually tell when a goalie has it because he stops moving, because for sure he doesn't know where he is. Ryan Flanagan.
Well, if you ever wondered if South Dakota amateur hockey was alive and well, if you're here, you know there is.
This building is alive.
Sold out crowd.
I believe it is. That spot that had some room over it before now is full. Face-off in the offensive zone for the Brookings Rangers, and held in by the Brookings Rangers, and we're going to get a delayed penalty here. And it's going to be on Sioux Falls once they touch it, and they do. And that's going to be an elbow. That happened at the blue line. after the play, I happen to be looking over there, and that's going to be Valen, Anthony Valen.
So that goal, Whitty did get one assist. Hirschoff got the other one, so Hirschoff's got 2 assists so far in this game.
Breck Hirschoff, he had 31 goals in the regular season. Face off over to Whitty. Whitty's going to throw it in. This is their power line on a Pelican Power Sports power play. And it's into the near corner, into our blind spot. About everybody's down there besides 3 people. And here comes Sioux Falls. He's going to take it out of the zone. This is McDonald. McDonald is jumping around a player, jumped around 3 players, and finally lost it off the end of his stick. And here comes Brookings Rangers. And Ashton Whitty's going to pull it back, and they're going to set up this Pelican Power Sports power play. And here's a pass in. Couldn't quite get onto Bortnam's stick. He tried to push it in. And a scrum over on the far corner. Dribbled out towards the net. And now it goes back behind the net and bounced off the near boards and can't be held in by Whitty. He's going to come around the red line. He's going to take it in. He's going to be 1-on-4 here, and he's going to get it. He gets tripped. I don't see a hand up. Yeah, there is a hand up, so we're going to have a delayed penalty. The Brecker's going to come, and it's not going to be in time.
Struck just gave us Sioux Falls the puck so they get 58 seconds worth of a 5-on-3.
Smart.
Because they are smelling blood in the water right now.
Smart play, wasn't it?
Very, very smart play. As there's a trip that's going to go against McDonald.
Zach Struck. Probably one of the smartest plays we've seen in a while out of a high school kid.
And with 4:48 to go, it's 5-on-3, and Brookings feels like they've got the momentum and they can score it, get a momentum and get it here.
Face-off comes out. Ashton Whitty's going to get it in the neutral zone. Bring it back over here to Hirschoff. Hirschoff at the top. He's going to go back over to Whitty. Whitty's going to look in. Takes a shot up and over the top, and it comes back over to Hirschoff. Setting up this 5-on-3 is the Brookings Rangers, and here comes Ashton Whitty's going to try it again and right into Flanagan's glove.
You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, KSDR Watertown, as well as KKQQ Brookings.
Ashton Whitty controls this blue line on a power play. He's high in the center, and he does a good job controlling what happens. Here comes over to Hirschoff on the near side, up to Whitty on the top. Now it goes down to Bortnam. Bortnam takes a shot.
Owen Schneider.
And it scores. That was Schneider. Bortnam to Schneider, I believe, if I have that right. And Owen Schneider with a one-timer 5-on-3 power play goal. And that puts it at 3-0 with 4:10 left in this first period, and Sioux Falls taking a timeout and finding themselves on their heels right now, down to a very good Brookings Rangers team, 3-0.
They're oblivious.
They're oblivious.
Oblivious to the people that don't like them in this game. They don't care.
Yeah,
they're out here to prove something.
Yeah, what a start for the Brookings Rangers.
Fantastic start.
Against a very good Sioux Falls team. This Sioux Falls team is no slouch. These guys were in the top 3 all season long as far as their standings, and they come into this one as a 3rd seed. And the Brookings Rangers think they're a number 1 seed right now. Of course, they are number 2. You can see the excitement in that Brookings Rangers bench right now.
Yeah.
Hirschoff's got 3 assists. He's already got a playmaker in this game. 3 assists on all 3 goals. He's the only guy that's got, Bortnam's got 2 assists. But he's the guy that's got 3 points. Everybody else besides Bortnam's got 2 that have scored so far.
Merritt's going to face off.
And the winner of this game goes against the Hawaii Capitals and Rushmore Thunder winner after this one.
Playing to get into that state championship game. And here comes Ashton Whitty. They're still going to be on a Pelican Power Sports power play here, a 5-on-4 as Whitty takes it all the way back around. And Sioux Falls is going to tap this one into the neutral zone. There, Whitty picks it up. Still their power line. There's Whitty
they play
and
a lot.
Merritt and Hirschoff. This is a power line. Probably could be one of the better ones in the state, obviously. There's a scrum behind the net. still behind the net, and now it rolls out. And Boredom's going to find it over there. Whitty takes it over Herchoff. Herchoff tries to look for a middle pass, and this one goes wide into the near corner.
Sioux Falls can't afford to get up another goal.
29 seconds left in this power play, and Herchoff shoots it at the goal with a blind shot. He was looking to pass it across. His head was one way and shot it the other. Pretty nice shot. Now we're going to get a wholesale changes on both teams. 20 seconds here left on this Brookings power play. Face off to the right-hand side of Flanagan. That's just Struck. He scored the last one. And Malwitz, controlled here by Sioux Falls. Down in the corner, Struck and Malwitz are going to go at it. There's sticks down there. There's a stick, a loose equipment there. Hockey headquarters loose equipment, and Struck gets it back as he picks up his stick. Talon Richter going to try to get it out in the near corner. And Sioux Falls going to try to get that one out now. And they get it up through the neutral zone. Coming up is McDonald. McDonald takes a check on the far corner. Nice check to get him off the puck there from the Brookings Rangers. Held in, shot over to Brecker. That didn't quite make it. And here comes Brookings. They're going to get a change. And Struck's going to be down in the corner all by himself. He's looking for some help. Now they're starting to trickle in, the Brookings Rangers, trickling into the zone. Struck's going to skate around with it, and it comes out into the neutral zone. This is Corey. Jordan Corey going to take it down with a centering pass. Can't quite get a pass that makes any contact, and here comes Brookings. They're going to take it all the way across, and that's going to be an icing on a long stretch pass. 3-0 with 2 minutes left in this first period, and it's been a good one, but it's also been all Brookings Rangers.
What a great crowd we have, too, and that crowd's only going to continue to get a little bit bigger as we get farther along in this game and get ready for the next game, too.
There isn't room for any more.
Somebody's going to have to leave before this next one.
They're going to have to get people out so they get the Capitals and Rushmore Thunder fans in.
Far corner. Brookings Rangers now into the near corner.
What a great problem to have.
Held in over here, and a shot by Sioux Falls. That's Kate Edwards. A little bit wide of the goal. Pinned over in the near corner. Brookings Rangers going to try to get it out of the corner. And there's a shot, comes out of the corner. Brecker scoots it off to the side. Loose puck in the near corner. It's going to come all the way back out to Edwards. Going to try to hold it in. There's so many fans in here, it's hard to see some of these corners. And there's a shot from the blue line, goes wide for the Sioux Falls Flyers. And this one's comes out now to Edwards. Edwards going to shoot it up into the zone. And we're grabbed over there by the Brookings Ranger. It looks like Bortenham. Yeah, there's a T in there. There's an N and a T. Brookings Rangers going to try to break out of the zone here. And does get to the neutral zone. And that one flies up. Need a new puck. About 4 pucks into the stands.
Yeah, souvenir for somebody. 49.1 seconds to go. 13-5, Brookings with the edge in shots on goal. And a 3-0 lead.
Neutralized face-off. Bortenham. Paradines. And Heimkamp's going to chase it back behind Brecker. Going to scoot it all the way around. Schneider going to chip it out of the zone. Schneider finds it now at the red line. Defense for Sioux Falls. Pass up into the neutral zone and doesn't find anybody, and that is going to be an icing. Pass went a little bit long. For the Sioux Falls Rangers, we're going to come all the way back down to the right-hand side of Ryan Flanagan. He looks okay this far. You can't tell he was hurt and couldn't play yesterday. No. Looks just fine.
Yeah.
It's good to be young and heal up quick. Face-off. Controlled by Brookings.
Well, he probably did the right thing, though, pulling himself out of the game early.
Yeah, right. Sioux Falls Flyers find themselves down 3-0, 15 seconds left in this period. Cross-ice pass off the board and dumped down, and Flanagan tries to get a stick on it. 7 seconds, I would guess they're going to hold it down in the corner until this period's over. And that's exactly what it does, and that's going to end this first period. It's been all Brookings Rangers. 3-0. 13 shots on goal for the Brookings Rangers, just 5 shots on goal for Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. And we are going to...
And a start that Sioux Falls was not hoping for, that they were probably scared to have, and the start exactly what the Brookings Rangers were hoping for in this hockey game.
And the Brookings Rangers go into the locker room with a lot of confidence right now.
2 for 3 in the power play and a 3-0 lead over the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. We'll step aside. We'll come back and have our first intermission report brought to you by the University of Jamestown. You're listening to the state tournament on a Capital City Rock on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottseba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre. The Field House in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Field House with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Field House, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here, and as we end to our first intermission report, John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd, as it is a 3-0 lead right now here for the Brookings Rangers over the Sioux Falls Flyers. And Jeff, a start that's exactly what the Brookings Rangers are hoping for, something that probably Sioux Falls a little fearful might happen.
Yes, and you get into a hostile crowd like that, and that's a good way to shall we say, shut them up, or at least make them a lot less noisy if you can grab a 3-0 lead, which they did. 8:39, of course, Brookings broke the scoreless tie. Jack Merritt with Logan Bortnam and Breck Hershoff assisting on that first goal. Then Brookings scored again a minute and 6 seconds later, struck with Whitty and also Hershoff assisting. Brookings at a 2-0 lead. They score 3 minutes and 23 seconds later. Schneider on a power play goal. That's when Brookings had a 5-3 advantage. Bortnam and Hershoff assisting. Right now the Brookings Rangers with a 3-0 lead. Sioux Falls needs to stay out of the penalty box because they've committed 3 in that first period. Curry 2 minutes for tripping at 8:57. Fallon 2 minutes for elbowing at 5:50, and McDonald 2 minutes for tripping at 4:48. Of course, saves 10 in the first period as far as Flanagan is concerned, and just 5 in that first period for Brookings, and of course Cade Brecker. So an interesting first period, but 3-0 Brookings with a big lead.
Brookings Rangers doing exactly what they set out to do.
Yes. And, of course, when we talk about it, next goal's huge.
Yeah, if it's a 4-0 game,
yeah,
and 3-0 feels kind of insurmountable against the Brookings Rangers team, but a 4-0 game, that just becomes a steeper hill to climb that I don't think anybody can actually climb to the top.
I agree.
Yeah, you got to turn. You're got to angle backwards to make that climb all the way back up.
The next goal has to be by the Sioux Falls Flyers.
And one, because again, you don't want to go down 4-0, but just to give you some confidence, just to give you a feel and make them feel like Brookings isn't invincible to make have that happen.
And we talked a number of times about the kind of defense that Brookings plays. And they get to the point all season long where their goalie, Brecker, didn't take that many shots. And I'm assuming that would be this way again. It's really hard. 3-0 is hard enough against a defense like they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't feel like it's over. It is not over by any means, but it does feel like Sioux Falls is going to need to dig down deeper than they thought they ever could go to make this comeback happen.
We saw in the last game that we watched, the Watertown and Aberdeen. Watertown dominated the first period. Aberdeen ends up winning. So
it could happen.
How do you know?
It could happen. But this Brookings Rangers team puts together a lot of 3 really good periods every single game. Their 2 losses have come against the Rushmore Thunder in regulation and overtime, and their tie came against Sioux Falls 1. But that is this Rangers team is playing very, very well right now.
Yeah, they really are. They look like a number 1 team, to say the least.
And so much of it in high school sports is confidence.
Yes.
Confidence goes up and down all the time. And high school kids, when they play with confidence, look out.
Absolutely. And it's a 3-0 game right now here for the Brookings Rangers over the Sioux Falls Flyers. We will step aside. When we come back, we will have for you more of our first intermission report. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The Ramkota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramkota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here and to continue our first intermission report, Joe Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd as we start to head into the second period. And it's still anybody's game right now. I don't want to say that this game is over, that Sioux Falls is already going to be in the third place game, but it is going to take a lot, and it's going to take you got to almost have it be a 1 or at least a 2-goal game going in the third period, but you feel like you got to outscore Brookings by 2 in this second period.
Yeah, you really do, and if nothing else, to get a little momentum back in a case like that and slow Brookings down. Otherwise, it gets to be a long hill to climb, like you mentioned earlier, and a long game. So they really need to come out here and set the tone a little bit and see if they can. But Brookings is a tough team to do it. They make it very difficult to get into their zone, let alone get a shot on goal. So,
You're right, Jeff. Sioux Falls has to come out within the next couple minutes of this period, and they have to have some sort of momentum. They have to find a way to get momentum. Hard to do against Sioux Falls or against Brookings. Brookings is one of those teams I look for them to go down in their offensive zone and just hold it tight. They do it so well.
Yeah, only allowed 5 shots in the first period, and they have a 3-0 lead here at the end of the first period. As we take one more break, we'll come back and have the second period for you next. You're listening to the state tournament on a Capital City Rock, on a KSTR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Waukee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The Ram Coda in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ram Coda is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ram Coda has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment, the Ram Coda in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today.
As we welcome you back here and into the second period, John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd. It is the period of the long change, and for the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers, they've got a lot of work in front of them, down 3-0 as they take the ice right now. Gabe Brecker's made all 5 saves in net. Ryan Flanagan with 10 saves on 13 chances as we are about to open up this second period. This is a big one here for Sioux Falls 1. Again, the winner is in the state championship game tomorrow. Loser will play at 12:05 in the third place game. So it'll be 9:05 tomorrow between Sioux Falls 2 and Aberdeen, the 5 and 7 seeds. And then it will be Brookings and Sioux Falls, or the Brookings loser of Brookings and Sioux Falls 1 in the third place game at 12:05 against the loser of Rushmore and Owyhee. And the 2 winners will play in the championship game at 3:05. That'll be coming up here tomorrow. And every game, all 11 games, we're down to now just 4 more full games. We got 3.5 games left to go, as it will be here for the Sioux Falls Flyers. Boy, you get a smoothie right now. This is fantastic.
A smoothie in a game of hockey like this?
It's fantastic.
It's heaven. This is what heaven is like.
It really is. Hockey, smoothies. You got Jason Burt now running the camera for us.
And you're not anymore, so yeah that's great.
I wouldn't even say just not me, just having Jason Burt run the camera is it is. No, he's saying he's going to try and keep up with us.
We're all set. We have 17 minutes set on the clock.
We're going to give him a headset soon.
And we're going to face off. Bortnum. Per diems. And it's controlled by the Brookings Rangers. And then Honkamp's going to have to go chase it over on the far side. And Bortnum dumps it deep. Or Flanagan's going to dump it off to a teammate. 3-0 in this one. And we're just started the second period, and there's a shot outside of the goal, but it's gloved anyway by Brecker. Sioux Falls looking for a goal to start this one out in a 3-0 game. I feel like the next goal needs to be scored by Sioux Falls Flyers.
And it maybe doesn't have to come right away, but it's got to be somewhere early on in this period.
Face-off controlled by the Flyers in their offensive zone. Struck's chasing over on the far side, held in by the Flyers. This puck held in nicely once again, and now it's going to scoot out and go all the way back down. And winning that race over there is Herchoff. Herchoff's a pretty good-sized player, and usually can find himself some space, and we're going to have a whistle.
Anyway, hand pass is going to be called on Brookings.
So it is going to come outside the zone for a face-off. Sioux Falls is going to get a change, and they're not going to let him change here.
Waited too long to make that change.
They waited too long is right. Just outside the blue line.
Malwitz in the face-off circle, yep.
And this is Struck. Struck's met by a huge check right there just inside the blue line when he gets rid of it. And we're going to have an icing call, so another stoppage of play. It's going to go all the way down to the right-hand side of Flanagan. Now Sioux Falls is going to get a change. Brookings is going to get a change. Schneider, Bortnum, Richter. Bortnum slides in, and the puck drops, and shot goes wide of the net for the Brookings Rangers. And here comes Sioux Falls' per diems. Out into the neutral zone, Schneider. Richter dumps it down into the zone where Bortnum finds it along the far boards. Schneider behind the net. Bortnum gets picked off his stick. In the far corner, now the puck caroms all the way back around. Held in by Jacob Drew. And chipped in by per diems. Back behind the net, two players go at it, and this one comes back out. Per diems gets it out to the neutral zone where Honkamp turns and throws it all the way back down. Sioux Falls chips it up overhead. It's a one-hopper to Brecker, and he comes up with it nicely. That one can be tricky if it takes a bad hop. And now they come up through the neutral zone. Brookings Ranger deep in the zone. In the near corner. Held in by Peterson, and Sioux Falls will try to break it out of the zone. Brookings Rangers doing what they do so well, hold you tight in the zone, and this one goes out of play. Lots of pucks out of play in this game. Going to run out of pucks down below here.
Yeah, a lot of souvenirs. Well, a lot of them have been gracious enough to, but with the way the crowd is, this is the time to get a puck and not throw it back. and walk away and act like you had never got that puck.
So we are going to be outside the zone here for a face-off. And the face-off is controlled in the zone by Sioux Falls. Powers, Brody Powers. And now it's coming back the other way. Thrown at the net. Brecker kicks it off to the side. Back behind the net. Back behind Brecker. And one guy goes down. pretty hard on his back. There's a scrum in front of the net. Where's the puck? There it is. It's in the near corner.
That was
Peterson.
Peterson that went down.
Now Brookings are going to try to break it out in the near corner. Into the neutral zone with a flip. Merritt tries to get it down deep in the zone and does. And he chases down there against Matheson. Matheson carries him all the way around, gets out in the neutral zone, a long pass. Can't quite be reached. Too far over there for Mason Behrens. So we're going to face off to the right-hand side of Ryan Flanagan. Face off, not quite, and now it's down. Controlled behind the net by Sioux Falls and into the near corner. Now there's a pass all the way out in the neutral zone, and we're going to have an icing. We're going to go back right where we started.
Not a lot of rhythm to this second period. A lot of stoppages so far. Although Sioux Falls had the puck in the Brookings end for a good 30, 45 seconds.
We're going to have a penalty here,
Oh,
John.
boy.
That's a slash on Struck.
That's a big one.
That's a huge one. If you're looking for that first goal, if you're Sioux Falls Flyers, this is the way you want to do it. Zach Struck's going to sit 2 minutes.
And
so,
that gets the crowd of Sioux Falls a little bit back into it here, getting itself a power play. They need this goal. They need something to put this crowd back on their side.
It's going to be a Pelican Power Sports power play. Per Diem's going to face off against Richter. And that one comes out and controlled by the Brookings Rangers. Held in the zone by the Flyers, and it's a shot on, almost redirected there, and kicks out to the near side. Puck over in the far corner, held in by Sioux Falls. It's their first power play of the game, and they need this one. They need to find the net if they're looking to stay in this one for the short term anyway. Held in by Edwards. Karams all the way back, comes back to Edwards. Edwards going to look all the way across, and that's sticked real nice by Schneider. And Schneider tries to get it out, held in by Sioux Falls. Cross-court pass, and it goes all the way back down where Edwards going to have to chase it. It's not a court, is it, John?
No.
It's a rink. You caught that?
I caught that.
I can't get a basketball out of my head. I don't know why. Right in front of the scorer's table, Edwards throws it down to his stick, and now it comes back to him, and he's going to look for a pass. At the red line, Sioux Falls trying to get it out of the neutral zone. If you look at Sioux Falls, they are playing right at the blue line like a wall. And here comes Ashton Whitty. He's all one-on-one with Flanagan. Shoots it, and a bouncing puck goes off the pad and wide. Ashton Whitty had a nice chance there, one-on-one. And he's going to find it now and he's going to flip it down deep where Herchoff gets slammed up against the far boards. And Sioux Falls is going to try to regroup for this power play. 30 seconds left. They need to get it through the neutral zone, and they do now. On the far corner, harassed by the Brookings Rangers. The Brookings Rangers put up a line in the neutral zone where you can't even cross through the neutral zone and into your offensive zone. 10 seconds on this power play. And they're going to come in 1-on-4. Going to look for a shot, and Brecker finds it right on his pads. Good shot attempt there by the Sioux Falls Flyers, and that power play is over, and here comes Bortnam. Bortnam's coming down the other way. He's going to be one-on-one with the goalie right into Flanagan's pads, and that's a save. Sioux Falls Flyers never really got anything going on that power play. Did get a good shot with about 5 seconds left, but were unable to come down and control the zone for much of that power play. They're going to face off the left-hand side of Flanagan. And this is controlled by Peterson at the blue line. Going to take a shot, goes wide of the goal. And Sioux Falls going to come back out. Sioux Falls going to try to regroup behind their own goalie. Player goes down in the near corner. Richter squeezes down. And this one's going to come all the way back out. And that's Dobish. Gets intercepted there by a Sioux Falls player. And they're wanting a penalty, everybody. And there's another big hit right in front of the bench. That was by Schulten. So some bodies starting to fly around in this one, and there's another big hit down in the far corner. as Sioux Falls tries to break it out of the zone. And another big hit, and that one is going to draw a penalty right in front of the Brookings bench. It's going to draw a Sioux Falls penalty. My guess is we're going to have an elbow. It got a little bit high. And this one,
Mason Behrens.
He's going to sit for 2 minutes. Some big checks going on there, 3 or 4 in a row. And finally, some elbows got up a little bit high, and it was called. So the Brookings Rangers are going to go on a Pelican Power Sports power play.
2 for 3 so far on the day for the power play.
Struck and Malwart's going to face off.
They lead with a 43% completion.
And here comes Sioux Falls on a chip. And this is Paradim's, and he can't quite get it to the net. And now it comes back out of the zone, and Sioux Falls is going to regroup with their defense in the neutral zone. Puck goes all the way up and does take going into the zone. Picked up here by the Sioux Falls Rangers. This is Peterson. Peterson's going to go all the way across. Looks over to Honkamp. Honkamp's going to bring it in. Circles around. Now it's chipped off of his stick and goes all the way back down. 1:26 left in this power play as the Brookings Rangers, Bortnam brings it up and tries to regroup. Can't quite get a centering pass there as Honkamp. So they're going to go back behind Brecker and going to try this again. Minute left in this power play as Herchoff brings it in. It does get into the zone and falls off of his stick, and Sioux Falls going to chip it all the way up into the air. And Schneider's going to be leaning on McDonald, and the puck comes loose and going to bring it back. This is Schneider going to bring it in 2-on-1, and this is a power play. He's going to find himself with a shot off of Flanagan. Flanagan dives back, and Brookings Rangers score a goal on a loose puck. Flanagan can't get back to make the save, and the Brookings Rangers strike again with 9:15 left in this period, making it 4-0 Brookings Rangers. Flanagan stopped the first one and couldn't get back to the far post. And I don't know who scored that one. John, did you see it?
It might have been Ashton Whitty. I'm not really sure exactly.
The way it came through the handshake line, it looked like Whitty.
So we'll have to wait to see the official scoring on it. It would be Whitty's first. It would be the 4th different goal scorer.
Bortnam faces off with Paradigms, and this one's taken by the Flyers, and a shot goes up over the top of the cage. Picked up by Schneider for the Brookings Rangers. He's going to get it going with his legs, showing some speed, and he's taken off the puck over there by Paradigms.
Perdames
it is. He has the puck all the time. And now a cross pass through the neutral zone. Can't quite make it, and Sioux Falls is going to try to go defense to defense and break it out of the zone. Up into the neutral zone, slapped forward by the Brookings Rangers. And now it does come back to the defense for the Sioux Falls Flyers. Pass up to Merritt. Merritt gets it down deep into the zone, and now looking for a centering pass, and nobody was available there. We did get a backhand shot. Sioux Falls chips it out to Malwitz. And there's going to be a shot by Sioux Falls from the neutral zone, and that's blocked. Merritt's going to bring it into the zone. He's about 2-on-4 there, and Malwitz does a nice job to break it up as he slides over into the bench. And we're going to get a stoppage of play.
I believe a trip's going to come up on Brookings. It was Whitty from Hershoff and Schneider on that power play goal, but here comes a second Pelican Power Sports power play to the Brookings Rangers, as while it was accidental from Jack Merritt, accidental is still a trip, and it's still a penalty called.
Malwitz went sliding over into the far board there. So it's going to be a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers.
This is must score.
They need a goal. At 4-0, there is a mountain in front of them right now. And face-off controlled by the Brookings Rangers, and they're going to knock it all the way down on net. Flanagan kicks it out to a teammate, and they're going to try to bring this up. Once again, Brookings Rangers set up in the neutral zone, almost in kind of a trap defense. And this puck does come on down deep. That's Jordan Corey. And flipped all the way back down where Flanagan has to try it again. Minute 30 left in this power play for the Sioux Falls Flyers. They've not been able to get anything going on a power play. Dumped down deep for the Flyers, held in by Edwards. Edwards over across, and a cross pass. And maybe one pass too many in front of Brecker. And back over to Edwards from his defensive position. He's going to go back over to McDonald. McDonald's going to shoot it in, warded off by Brecker. Back out to Edwards. Edwards going to look down in the near corner. Back to Edwards, looking for a centering pass just off the post. And Brookings Rangers are going to knock it all the way back down. 52 seconds left in this power play. Stretch pass up to the red line. And Struck dumps it back down. Sioux Falls looks like they're extending, or Brookings looks like they're extending their defense up into the neutral zone. Brookings 92.3% on a penalty kill. And there it looks again. They're number one in penalty kills in the league. 21 seconds.
What they do so well is they give you that sense that you can walk in the zone and they just collapse on you. You can't do anything with the puck every single time.
And they meet you at the red line, and you just really have nowhere to go. Maybe dump it in is about all you can do. Now here's Sioux Falls going to take a shot, and that does get to Brecker, and it goes wide, and Brookings are going to ward off this penalty kill, and it's 5-on-5 if Merritt comes out of the penalty box. And Sioux Falls with a stretch pass up through the neutral zone. It must have been tipped. Nope, it wasn't. We're going to go all the way back down for an icing.
This is very, very dangerous right now for Sioux Falls, because another goal against, and it becomes that much closer to run time in the state semifinal game.
Yeah. This penalty kill that the Brookings Rangers run is, I have not seen it very often. Everything happens in the neutral zone. It's like a trap. Richter has it in the far corner, gets tangled up with the Sioux Falls player. Puck's knotted up. Now it's dribbles out behind the net. 4 players down there fighting for it, and Brookings Rangers are going to try to stuff it in and on a wraparound, can't quite do it. Coming up through the neutral zone is a Sioux Falls. That's Barons. And they're going to try to regroup defense to defense. Sioux Falls having a hard time getting it up into their zone. Even in a power play, we're 5-on-5 hockey now. As Hermsen looking for a centering pass, and that's intercepted by Bortnam. Bortnam's going to take a shot, goes off the back of the net. And now he's going to look for a centering pass in the near corner. And this one flies up, right up into the crease, and Richter's going to throw it at the net, quite wide into the near corner, and out into the neutral zone, where Peterson's going to chase it back. And he's going to get it with his legs, almost taken off his stick. And Schneider and Peterson taking it by himself, put a shot on. Brookings Rangers are going to dump it down deep in their offensive zone. 4:40 left in this one, 4-0 Brookings Rangers. And we're going to get an icing call. Sioux Falls at this point, second period, you're farthest from your bench, seem content to ice the puck.
Yeah, they have. Brookings is going to continue to hound you and make you make mistakes. You got to play perfect hockey and then some the rest of this way if you're Sioux Falls 1.
Ashton Whitty and Perdams face off, controlled in the offensive zone. It's Hirschhoff. Brookings Rangers going to take a shot wide of the goal. Brookings holding it in yet. Whitty dumps it down to the far corner, and Sioux Falls going to try to regroup here and get it back out of this. Is Barons. I'm sorry, this is Anthony Vallon. We haven't said his name tonight. So we're going to go back down to the other end with an icing call into that offensive zone of the Brookings Rangers. 4 minutes left. 22 shots on goal for the Brookings Rangers, 10 for Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. We're in the second period, and a face-off comes back out. Brookings Rangers now comes back out, and it looks like Honkamp. He's going to chase it around the back of his own goalie. Long pass up to the blue line, intercepted there by Sioux Falls. Now Brookings Rangers get it on their stick, and this is Bortnam. Bortnam with a little stop and goal, misses on a shot, and Karam's down where Richter finds it behind his goal. Malwitz with a check there, knocked him off the puck. Another Brookings Ranger there to pick it up. This is Jacob Drew, holds it in on the blue line. McDonald tries to get it out, can't quite do it. Schneider passes over to Merritt. Merritt's giving chase there to Sioux Falls. And now Sioux Falls does get the zone and going to throw a shot. And Brecker, and he makes a save. Every now and then, Sioux Falls gets one of those sneaky little shots. And we're going to have an icing.
Well,
Sioux Falls not making a lot of good quality shots, but they do rip one in there every now and then from the circles. And Brecker's been up to the task so far. We're going to face off to the right-hand side of Ryan Brecker. Schlechter for Sioux Falls. It's Tristan Schlechter. Now comes out of the zone. And Hermson's going to control it, try to flip it back up. Held in by Brookings. Now it does come out. A little miscommunication there with the Brookings defenders. Who's going to get that? They get it. Merritt's going to give chase. And Hermson's going to look all the way across. And that's Schneider over skates. And here comes the Sioux Falls Flyers looking for a backhand and gets pushed all the way back out. And the puck in front, and there's a shot right there by Behrens. Mason Behrens had a nice look at a shot. Couldn't get it past Brecker.
Brecker's stick behind the goal right now. Hockey headquarters, loose equipment.
So Brecker's standing there without a stick. And he traps that one on his pad. Yeah, it's like Brecker's standing there with no stick and can't move. It was a great time to put a shot at him, and he found it in his pad.
Might have trapped it with the blocker in the pad.
Hockey headquarters for all your sticks, even a goalie stick. They have lots of them there. We saw a whole rack of goalie sticks.
A lot of hockey fans here tonight that could go to hockey headquarters maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Face off, and there's a shot by the Sioux Falls Flyers from the far boards. Warded off, and here's another shot by Sioux Falls right on to Brecker, and Brecker wards that one off as the puck goes along the far boards. Sioux Falls Flyers put two quick shots on right there and into the near corner. Held in here by the Sioux Falls Flyers. That was Epsbacher, Evan. And there's a pretty good hit right in front of the Sioux Falls bench. Paradigms took the brunt of that one. And here comes Ashton Whitty carrying it into the zone. Going to put a shot on. It doesn't quite get there. Nice defense by the Flyers, by Epsbacher. Brookings Rangers in the far corner. Going to look to flip it out in back of the net. And Sioux Falls going to try to break it out here if they can. This is Corey, Jordan Corey, with a long pass over across. And that one gets intercepted by a Brookings Ranger. And a scrum right on the red line, on the far red line. Ashton Whitty's over there. Just under a minute in this second period, and Sioux Falls would love to see a goal yet in this period as they dump it down deep. Peterson's going to chase with Malwitz. Held in by Sioux Falls Flyer. Malwitz can't find it on his stick. 40 seconds left into the near corner. A check in the near corner. Here's Peterson. Peterson going to try to get it out of the zone. Malwitz going to shoot all the way from the blue line, and he can't quite. I'm sorry, that was probably Hermson. Matheson, neither one of them. They're going to try to stuff it in and can't do it. There's a scrum in front, a lot of traffic, 22 seconds left, and it goes all the way back to Matheson. Matheson's going to give it a try right on the ice and goes a little bit wide of the net. Back to Matheson. He's going to try it one more time. Breckers stops the first one and stops the second one. And 9 seconds left as Schneider carries it into the zone, looking for one last shot of the period here. Goes to his forehand, takes a shot, and that one goes wide of the goal. And that should do it for the second period. A pretty good chance for Sioux Falls as they had two shots right in front. Cade Brecker was out of position a couple times, but kept it out of the net. So Sioux Falls comes up empty in that period.
And even though that it was a goal for Brookings, Sioux Falls actually outshot the Rangers 14-9 in that second period, but yet still down now 4-0 instead of trying to make that a closer game going into the end of the second period. So the Rangers are now 17 minutes away from going back to the state championship again, and the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers have 15 minutes to get things figured out because they're going to make a 4-goal comeback in that third period. We'll step aside. We'll come back and have more in our second intermission report coming up here in just a little bit. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSTR, on a KKQQ, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Owyhee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here into our second intermission report, John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd as we have hit the first end of the second period and in a 4-0 lead for the Sioux Falls, or for the Brookings Rangers over the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. And Jeff, a dominant second period again, although 14-9 in shots in favor of Sioux Falls. Brookings continues still to feel like they're dominating this game.
Well, they do, but the interesting thing is you get basically one shot at Brecker. If you don't get it, Brookings clears it away. They're very good to come back and help their goalie out. So your chances are really limited, as the case may be. You're lucky to get it in their zone, first of all, and then, of course, you better get more than one shot, and you don't very often. So their defense is great. As you were talking about earlier, it's kind of like a half-court trap in basketball.
It is.
They just cut you down right at center ice.
Yeah, and they trap you in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
And Sioux Falls struggled for a long time that period trying to get it in their zone. They just can't get it into the zone and get trapped in the neutral zone.
Yeah, again, they still had 14 shots in that period, so it feels like when you outshoot somebody, you feel like you play a really good period. And not that they played a bad period, but they still got outscored 1-0, and it just still feels like Brookings has controlled the game, even though they outshot them by 5 in that second period.
The other thing that Brookings does so well, they win the races to the puck.
Oh, yeah.
Every race out there, they win.
If you ever watch them, when they get off the bench to get onto the ice, I mean, they jump over the boards to get out there. I mean, there's no hesitation. There's no getting over the boards lazily. They're out there in a hurry.
Do you think they practice that?
I think they do.
They said, all right, here comes a change. You better be out there. You got to make it quick every single time.
It's funny you mention that because I have heard of some hockey teams practicing going off the boards.
Yeah.
There are some coaches that actually have that as part of their practice, going on and off the boards.
I've never seen a team get off the bench quicker onto the ice than they do.
And you don't really notice it, even if you get scored on and maybe you're late on a change, but sometimes it could be because you didn't come to the bench quick enough, or you don't really feel like you got off the bench too slow. But you also think about the very little things and what that might be in terms of trying to score a goal or just something stopping in the neutral zone, something like that. So it becomes you don't notice it, but it's as winning teams do, and what good teams do, they do the little things right. And if you don't do the little things right, then all big picture-wise, you're not going to win hockey games.
Yeah. By the way, Bortnam 2 goals in this game, but Hershoff has 3 assists plus, in fact, 4 assists in this game.
Bortnam with 2 assists. Yeah, he's got it's Merritt, Struck, Schneider, and Whitty all have goals. Bortnam's got 2 assists, and Hershoff's got 4 assists. Yep.
Yeah.
So Hershoff, it's going to be hard to not pick Hershoff for player of the game, even though he hasn't scored a goal right now. He's got 4 points.
I agree.
He's been the facilitator of all these goals right now.
It's kind of interesting.
Me like a book.
It's interesting, but he's the leading scorer on this team, and now he's holding it together with assists.
Yeah.
So
he's done a fantastic job throughout the season, and was a big part of when he was an 8th grader for this Brookings Rangers team. And he's still only a junior.
Yeah.
He's been. I mean, this is his 4th year, so he should be gone after this year. Nope, he'll be back one more year.
He'll be back.
He's got another year. So it is, or maybe he's even a sophomore.
I think he's a sophomore.
I think he's
According
a sophomore.
to what I have, he's a sophomore.
Yeah, so only a sophomore. So it feels like he's been here for 4 years, but he's only been here for 3, and he's still got 2 more years left to go.
I wonder if he's got enough credits to graduate.
I think there's a lot of teams that might be trying to figure out his transcripts to get him graduated.
Hand him some credits?
Yeah.
I think we should find out what his dad does and maybe transfer him. Get him a job someplace.
Great player, and he's a big, strong player, and he commands his presence on the rink is good.
And of course, we're on the air right now on KKQQ, and all the Brookings fans either watching on Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube or listening on KKQQ are going,
don't you know how old he is?
Like, well, one, don't you know how old he is, but also don't think about transferring him. Don't think about trying to change his transcript so he graduates early. Yeah, we want him to stay here for another 2 more years.
And we only talk about him the way we are because of the kind of player he is, and that's why that's why you talk about him like that.
He gives every team fits.
With full respect, of course.
Absolutely. So it is a 4-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers at the end of 2 periods. We'll step aside and come back with more of our second intermission report. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSDR. On a KKQQ, and you're watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
As we welcome you back here and into the second intermission reports, as it is a 4-0 lead for the Sioux Falls, for the Brookings Rangers over the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. And Jim doesn't have to answer because he's doing play-by-play, but Jeff, you got to answer how you get to be the hard one here. How does Sioux Falls 1 come back in this game?
You know what? I have no idea.
I might actually take that answer this time.
Yeah, you might, because you try everything against this team, and not many people have had success this year, but they are a team that has had success, at least getting to a 1-1 tie with Brookings. You've got to do what you do well.
Yeah. Well, and when you're Brookings, and I get to answer the easy one, just play your game. You really don't have to do anything. You don't have to change and play more defensive because you already do to begin with. You just play your game, and you're going to win this hockey game and go to the state championship.
Well, and they are in Sioux Falls defense. They are missing more.
Yep.
Then you have other people like Corey and Malwitz who can step up and do the job along with McDonald. So they have depth, but Brookings is a tough team to solve.
That's right.
Yeah.
Third period is on the way next. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big-screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Wahi Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here, start of the third period between the Brookings Rangers, Sioux Falls 1 Flyers. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, the man bringing you the third period, Jim Lloyd.
We're going to face off at center ice. It's been Brookings in this one, and this face-off is going to go through the neutral zone and down into the zone. Chasing over there for the Sioux Falls Ranger is Schulten. Brookings find the puck in the crease, and they're going to come back the other way. This is Peterson. Peterson's going to take it all the way back around the net. He gets pinched over there by a Sioux Falls player. Puck's locked up over in the corner over there. And now it's put down off a hand pass and off to the stick. Sioux Falls is going to try to break it out of the zone. Breaking it out of the zone has been a big task today for Sioux Falls Flyers. as Brookings tends to pinch you down tight. And this one is going to come back down all the way. It's an icing call.
Well, if you are Sioux Falls right now, you have to get a goal in the next couple to start this third period. First couple minutes, you got to find a goal.
We said that in the second period, and somewhere along the line, Sioux Falls Flyers have to find a goal here. As a puck comes trickling all the way down, and Brecker's going to stop it for a teammate, and it's going to come up along the far boards. Tried to get a centering pass and do on the red line, and that one's broken up. Struck can't quite get to it. Now he goes to his knees and dumps it in. He has Malwitz, not Malwitz, it's Malwitz. And a shot doesn't quite make it into the net. And McDonald tries to chip it through the neutral zone. Here's Hershoff bringing it up. He's their assist leader. Normally he's their goal leader. He's an assist leader right now. Breck Hershoff. And Sioux Falls gets it up through the neutral zone now. Chopped at it. And Ashton Whitty finds it at the red line. Ashton Whitty, he's 1-on-3, tries a sidestep, gets it picked off his stick. And they're coming the other way. And there's a shot, probably a little bit wide, but Brecker scoots it out to his right-hand side. And here comes the puck all the way up. 3-on-2 here for the Brookings Rangers, led by Honkamp. And there's a check over in the far corner, and Honkamp zips it all the way back around. And here comes Sioux Falls, going to try to break it out of the zone. Up through the neutral zone. And we're going to find it just outside the shot from the red line, just outside the net. And the Brookings Rangers will chase it on the far rail and gets upended on a check over there. And this one's flipped up and over the top, and that one does find the stands.
You are listening to KCCR FM Blunt, KSDR Watertown, and KKQQ Brookings.
And the YouTube.
And, well, YouTube. We don't need a legal ID for that one, though.
Well, we can still talk about it.
But we
Capital
are
City Rock.
Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube.
You can watch it all over the world. 11 games last weekend, 11 games this weekend.
All for free.
As the puck goes in back of the Sioux Falls goalie and now trickles back out into the neutral zone. Picked up over there by Dobish. And goes all the way back down for an icing call. So it's been Brookings 4-0. We've talked about it at the beginning of both periods that Sioux Falls needs to score to try to gain some sort of momentum in this game. Facing off to the right-hand side of Brecker. And the puck is trapped over along the far board and held in for Sioux Falls. That's McDonald. Throws it at the net. Sticked out by Brecker. And there's a loose puck in front of the net. Swept out by a defender for the Brookings Rangers. Held in on a backhand by Corey. Brookings Rangers are going to now break it out. Looking for a stretch pass in the neutral zone. Find that one right on the tape. And that's Struck. And Struck gets upended off of his stick by Cade Edwards. Nice play by Cade Edwards in his defensive zone. And Ashton Whitty dumps it in deep. Hershoff over in the far corner for Brookings Rangers. Look for a centering pass and gets a shot. That is Talon Richter with a shot. His dad just came back. We talked to him just a second ago. And that's a hockey family. We had his other daughter, Taryn Richter, last weekend. They've done a few of these tournaments in their days. Nice that he stopped by to see us.
Like I said, I have a soft spot for people with the number 20. My Twitter account would agree with that, too.
They have 2 number 20s in their household, as Schneider leaves it back for a teammate. Finds himself behind the net with it. And it's in this near corner. And the puck does come out when it gets in that near corner. We can't find it sometimes. Here's Richter with a shot. That one doesn't quite get there. Talon Richter putting it on the net. And that's shot in by Honkamp. That one doesn't make it. Now Honkamp's going to whiff at an attempt to get it back into the zone. Now it does come back into the zone. This is Schneider. Schneider going to do some stick work. Gets it picked off his stick. And Sioux Falls is going to come back the other way. This is Sievert. Sievert plays defense for the Sioux Falls Flyers. Jack Sievert. 3 goals this year, 6 assists. And we're going to come all the way back down. Sioux Falls offensive zone. Malwitz, Corey, and McDonald.
Starting to get a little bit later. Got to start. Then you're thinking about got to score really quick. Here, you're scoring about every 3 minutes right now, trying to tie this one up.
Every minute that comes by, and here comes the Brookings Rangers. They're going to be 2-on-1 here. This is struck on the offside, and there's a shot right there by Herchoff. We said he has all the assists this game, and now he has a goal to put the Brookings Rangers up 5-0 with 12:34 left. He had 31 goals in the regular season.
Boy, 5 points for Brett Kershoff tonight. I think we've already figured out who our player of the game is going to be.
Wow.
And who we're going to be talking to after this game's over.
What a game he's having. 3 assists, 4 assists?
4 assists.
4 assists and a goal.
5 points for Brett Kershoff tonight. And a handful lead now for the Brookings Rangers.
Faceoff goes to the Brookings Rangers. Deep in the zone, there's a shot on and held by Flanagan. Flanagan's starting to look a little tired.
That's a Flanagan's played really well in the limited time yesterday before he got hurt and got out of the game. He's played well tonight. It's just been too much Brookings Rangers, and it's about to be one more goal, and it's a running clock.
We didn't know if he was going to play at all.
You're
As the puck goes down for an icing.
Well, the one linesman had said no for the icing. The other linesman said there was an icing. And
Flanagan's hunched over in the net. Either real disappointed or maybe he is hurting just a little bit.
So it'll be an offensive zone face-off here for Sioux Falls because they blew the whistle prematurely with that icing, or they just blew the whistle.
Offensive zone for Sioux Falls Flyers to the right-hand side of Brecker. Controlled by the Brookings Rangers. Kicked all the way back around. Held in by Edwards. Behind the net. And somebody might have ran into Brecker there. I didn't see anybody ran into him.
There might have been a teammate. Net maybe came off with him.
Yeah, that's exactly I think what happened. A teammate ran into him and took the net with him.
Or, well, one of the Sioux Falls players ran into him or pushed the Brookings Ranger player into him because the faceoff's coming out of the zone.
Yep, you're right. Outside the zone, in the neutral zone here. Far side, faceoff controlled by the Brookings Rangers. Honkamp tries to get it back up. Stick for just a second. Now it comes back down. It's dumped down into the zone. Sioux Falls going to try to regroup and break out of the zone. What a task it's been for the first 2 periods to get out of the zone. Now they're out in the neutral zone with a centering pass. Can't quite get it. Schneider taps it to a defenseman. Talon Richter's got it right on the blue line. And Schneider tips it to a teammate in the near corner. Looking for a centering pass. Schneider had a good shot at it there. And couldn't quite get it in. Real nice centering pass from what I call the dead corner down here that we can't see because of all the Sioux Falls Flyers fans.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It might be that way next game because the White Capital student section will be right there, and I think they're going to have a lot of fans for this one.
Faced off. And it's controlled down in the dead corner by Brookings. Dobish puts it on net. And Sioux Falls chips it up along the board. Defensive Brookings finds it there at the red line and going to chip it in deep. Doing what they need to do right now for the next 11 minutes, keep it deep in the zone. Whereas Richter's behind the net, takes a check. And Peterson holds it in. He's going to throw it at the net. Doesn't make it. And Sioux Falls Flyers going to try to get this one out. That's Hermson. And gets upended by the Brookings Rangers. And this one's going to go back down to Peterson for the Brookings Rangers. Carrying it in now is Struck. And he tries to take a shot and goes up into the screen.
Brookings is in the right spot at the right time just about all the time.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, it seems like every loose puck that's out there they find, and I think a lot of it is because of the angles and so forth that they take to the puck, and of course they're always hustling. Faced off, controlled in the zone by the Brookings Rangers and chipped in deep.
That face off.
And I don't know what they're calling here.
I think it was a hand pass maybe that.
No,
they're going to get a penalty.
Whitty.
I think Whitty's going to get a penalty. Is
I
he?
don't know.
Nope, there's the ref for a change.
The referee was like pointing.
Face-off will just be right outside the Sioux Falls blue line.
So
Not sure.
Ashton Whitty, were they telling him to go to the bench?
Not sure what the deal was.
Bortnam's going to face off right in front of this with Malwitz, controlled by the Brookings Rangers, content to dump it in deep, which they probably should be at this point. Loose puck out in front with turn shot right there. Didn't quite make it to the goal. That was by Schneider.
Nice poke away.
And Malwitz. And here we have a breakaway by the Sioux Falls Flyers, and Brecker up and over a wraparound attempt. Can't quite do it. And another shot. Took 3 shots right there. That was Jorgen Corey. Took 3 shots all by himself. Had a breakaway, a wraparound, and a turnaround shot. Couldn't get any of them to go. Brecker lost his stick. It's inside the goal.
Second time tonight he's lost the stick.
He needs some Velcro. I wonder hockey headquarters could maybe hook him up with a sticky stick. Malwitz kicks it up high into the zone, and now Sioux Falls is going to have to regroup once again. This is Corey. Corey's going to take it with his legs up through the neutral zone. Nifty stick work with a little backhand, tries to leave it through a teammate. And this puck goes down and is held in by Esbacher. Puck on the far side, pinching down over there is Seifert from his defensive position, looking for a wraparound, broke up by Brookings Rangers. Into the near corner, and now it does come back out, and Seifert's going to have to chase it down. Or I'm sorry, that's Esbacher. And he's not going to make it. It's going to be an icing.
Well, 5 goals lead with 8:57 to go in the third period. You put that down into scoring a goal less than every 2 minutes to try and make a comeback here.
That's a mountain.
Somewhat reminiscent of last year's championship with Brookings and the Rushmore. That was a 5-0 final.
Faced off. And now it's going to come back out. And Struck's going to chase it down against Esbacher. And Sioux Falls is going to try to get out of the zone. Can't do it. Hershoff holds it in. And Sioux Falls now going to take it off of a stick. And this is Hankamp going to flip it out into the neutral zone. And this puck goes down into the zone. And it's not going to be, I thought it could have been on icing. And that one rolls along in front of the Brookings bench. And does come into the zone here. And this is Sioux Falls taking off the puck. There was Scholten, and here comes Sioux Falls the other way. And a shot on, skipped out by Flanagan. That shot by the Brookings Rangers. And the puck goes down into the near corner. Going to look for a backhand shot. Can't quite get it to go. Brookings Rangers chip it out of the zone. 7:47 left in this one. Brookings Rangers in control, 5-0 against the Sioux Falls Flyers.
They will face the winner of Rushmore and Oahe tomorrow, as long as this 5-0 lead stands up.
Pass up to Richter. He kind of stumbles. I thought that would have been offsides, I thought.
I guess we can't see where he got the blue line.
Bortnam looked to me like he was offsides by a mile, but no call. They play on. Peterson picks it up in back of his own goalie. That's intercepted by a Sioux Falls Flyer. They're going to turn and take a shot, and he scores! Sioux Falls Flyers, that's Nick Lohr. Picked up a loose puck in back of the net, positioned himself and fired it in for Sioux Falls Flyers. First goal. He's an assistant captain for that Sioux Falls 1 team, and he gets him on the board with 7:13 left.
Well, now you've gained 5-1. That was the start that you need, because you got to score 4 more in the next 7:13.
You have to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
Malwitz going to face off with Whitty. And puck goes all the way back down into the Sioux Falls zone, and it's flipped out there. And here's Hershoff over to Whitty. Whitty's going to take a shot, and that's reflected off into the screen.
So 248 minutes of shutout hockey in the state tournament ends for the Brookings Rangers.
Was that an assist by McDowell, maybe? Is that what they said?
We'll check it all out here in just a second. But yeah, outside, I don't have the 2020 how many minutes they played before they had that final buzzer.
Held here and struck and score a goal. It's going to go right through the 5-hole. They faced off. The puck carried him around, and Struck finds it high in the slot. That's Zach Struck for the Brookings Rangers, so they negate that one Sioux Falls goal
27
really
seconds later.
6:46 left, and the Brookings Rangers say, no, we're still up by 5.
Wow, that's a very, very big, tough one.
That is tough
to go against you.
Facing off.
Second goal for Struck.
Struck's been a pretty good player in this tournament and, of course, all year long. He has 16 goals in the regular season. Here comes the Brookings Rangers up once again through the neutral zone. And Herchoff going to take it down into the near corner. Going to look for a centering pass and can't find it.
Another assist for Herchoff.
So that's 5 assists in this game for Breck Herchoff.
And a goal.
6
Neutral
points.
zone, Edwards hauls it in, looking for a centering pass to Lohr. Lohr has the only goal tonight for the Sioux Falls Flyers.
He was assisted by Vallon and Adams on that goal.
So here, Sioux Falls going to try to break it off over far board over there. That's Epsbacher. And now it goes down deep in the zone. Epsbacher's going to have to chase it down. Into the near corner. And now it comes back out, held in by the Brookings Rangers. And that's Drew, Jacob Drew. Jacob Drew finds it now in front of the scorer's table. Gets it over to a teammate, and they dump it in. Where Epsbacher is going to try to chip it out to a teammate, centering pass in the neutral zone. Can't stay on his stick. Struck was over there to break things up. And Drew flips it back over. Now a long pass up in the neutral zone. And this is Herchoff. Herchoff, 1 goal, 3 assists tonight.
5 assists.
5 assists. Who's counting?
He might be counting. Actually, he probably doesn't even know how many assists he actually
may
has.
Not know.
There's a hook coming up.
Yep, we're going to have a hook here. By the Brookings Ranger.
And Herchoff.
And guess who?
Yeah, Herchoff's got to get a penalty in here, too. He can't just have 5 assists and 1 goal. He's got to have a penalty, too.
Let's fill up the score sheet.
Well, and barring a miracle of 5-12 and 5 goals being scored by Sioux Falls, I think Breck Herchoff's going to be our player of the game.
That's an early call with 5 minutes left in this one, but I happen to agree with you.
I was going to say, the only problem is that somebody's got to try and get 7 points to beat him.
It's a Pelican Power Sports power play here.
That's a tall mountain.
For the Sioux Falls Flyers, and they're going to try to set up this power play. As they do, it pulls it back from the defensive position, and a shot on by McDonald. And Cade Brecker's got that one. 1:40 left in the power play.
So again, Brookings with the win. They will advance to the state championship. Sioux Falls 1 will play the 3rd place game. And our last game coming up at 7:05 between Rushmore and Owyhee.
Sioux Falls puts a shot on, and Brecker has that one. A couple shots here from the blue line.
We might actually get that game started at 7:05 too.
Maybe get right on time.
30-29 shots on goal. Interestingly enough, favoring, of course, Brookings by 1.
Not many times where you're that close in shots on goal between 2 teams.
Facing off in the offensive zone for Sioux Falls, held in.
And a 6-1 score.
McDonald. Here's the defender taking it down. We're going to look for a little give and go. Nothing's open. And that's Perdames in the far corner. Back out to defense, take a shot, and that scores! Scores! Sioux Falls Flyers score just inside the blue line. I can't see his number.
I think it's Cade Edwards, the defenseman.
Could be Cade Edwards.
His 3rd goal of the season.
Yep, you're right, Cade Edwards.
They
took about 3 shots in a row there from just inside the blue line and finally got one to go.
That is a Pelican Power Sports power play goal.
That happened at 1:13 left in that power play. 4:25 left in this period, left in the game. And these teams competing to try to go to that championship game and compete for a state championship. And big hit down in the near corner. Two players collide. I don't know what they're going to call because it looked like they just collided with one another. And it's going to be an interference call. It looked like what I would call an equal collision down in the corner.
It looked like it was going to be just a Sioux Falls penalty. And it will be just a Sioux Falls penalty.
It is. Yep.
The interference.
Interference. And I'm sure that has to do with the angle of attack there, who gets the penalty and who doesn't.
McDonald.
Oh, somebody's leaving.
Well, we're going to get Jorgen Corey in the penalty box as well.
Jorgen Corey must have said something on the bench. And that's going to be a bench misconduct, I'm sure.
The assists were to Nick Lohr and Corey Perdames. But because the interference and now the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, it's 5-on-3 with 4:15 left to go here in the third period.
Referees pulling Jorgen Corey off the bench. So he must have said something when he was on the bench. Pulled him off the bench, threw him in the penalty box.
So as Brookings is 2 for 4 on the power play, they get 2 more power plays right here. 5-on-3.
It's not where you want to be against this Brookings team right now. Down 4. You need to have all your guys, and they're not going to for a while. And here's Brookings. They're going to shoot a backhand right at Flanagan, and he finds that one. That was Merritt.
Just 10 seconds have gone by. They've already scored at Brookings 2 power play goals. Jack Merritt, then Owen Schneider scored on a 5-on-3, so they're looking for their second 5-on-3 goal.
Jack Merritt faces off against Schlechter, controlled by the Brookings Ranger, Ashton Whitty. Over to Hershoff. Up to Whitty. Whitty's going to put it all the way over. Comes back to Whitty, and here's Hershoff looking for a centering pass. Nothing going there. Merritt did get a stick on it. Whitty's going to wind up and take a shot right into a shin pad. Gets it right back, and Hershoff going to go all the way over to the other side, and Flanagan flies out and makes a fantastic save there.
A save by Ryan Flanagan.
Just took it head on.
Right to left, diving across, made the save before it got to the goalpost.
And he just jumped out of the goal at that one. It was shot right at him. Merritt faces off over to Whitty at the point. Bortnam up to Whitty, over to Hershoff, in the center to Schneider. Schneider gets upended, can't quite get it on goal. Into the near corner, back out to Whitty at the blue line. Gonna look over here to Hershoff, back up to Whitty, and looking for a centering pass for Schneider. Kicks it back out as he goes down. Hershoff controls it at the blue line. 48 seconds left on this 5-on-3 for the Brookings Ranger as it comes out of the neutral zone and now back into the offensive zone. Off of a skate. Here's Hershoff, back out to Whitty. Sound like a broken record.
You do.
And Whitty shoots it at the goal, and that's a stop at the play.
This power play.
He does. That is
Every time.
that's their power line,
Yeah.
and he does quarterback it just inside the blue line.
Well, and what works so well and what Brookings has been able to do this entire game is, especially on the power play, is Whitty to Hershoff, and they go cross ice, and you get moving so much that you can't defend that.
They're always looking for that pass in the far corner is what they're doing.
Yeah.
So this one is a shot just inside the crease. This is Peterson. Over to Honkamp. Honkamp across the ice. There's that pass we just talked about. Struck couldn't get it on his stick and goes all the way back down where Brecker's going to stop it for Peterson. Peterson's going to skate up. Richter comes onto the ice and everybody's going to enter. It's 5-on-3. Peterson takes it all the way down deep. And a centering pass for Struck, and he can't get it there. Sioux Falls player took that one off the shins. And this one is held in by Brookings Rangers. The shot goes wide of the goal. Richter's going to go take another break. As Hershoff comes back on the ice, he wasn't off very long. Into the near corner. Brookings Rangers going to tap this one out. Puck is up in the air. And now it does come out. And this is Hershoff. He's 1-on-2 and tries to get a backhand. Can't quite get it to the goal. And this one does dribble out into the neutral zone. 3 Rangers all want it at the same time, and now they do kick it back down with Drew. Schneider tries to pinch, and he can't. And Drew dumps it down and caroms all the way around where Flanagan stops the puck for a teammate. This is Epsbacher from his defensive position. Is going to try to get it out of the corner. And there was a centering pass from the Brookings Rangers over to Schneider. Schneider controls it on the far board, taken off his stick by a Sioux Falls Flyer. Sioux Falls Flyer going to try to get it up. We're under a minute right now left in this one, and it's pretty safe to say Brookings Ranger has this under control as Epsbacher goes back to the far corner to pick it out with a centering pass just touched right there by Lohr, and now comes back the other way. Sioux Falls, hard to enter the zone, and it's been the case all night. And here's Perdames. Perdames with a centering pass. Nobody there, and it was picked off his stick before he got it there. Held in by Sioux Falls. 26 seconds left in this game. And it's chipped down deep and all the way back around Brecker. Into the near corner. And once again, it's chipped back around the other side. Held in by the Sioux Falls Flyers. That's Merritt. Now he's got it on his stick, and he's going to take it all the way down to the far end. And 7.3 seconds, and we're going to have a stoppage. Okay. And we are going to have our South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association player of the game, and Jeff's going to go find him. We've already named him, haven't we?
Yeah, it's going to be Brett Hershoff, as it will be, as he's got
face off, and the puck is held. Peterson skates with it in back of his own goalie, and that's going to do it as time runs out on this game and runs out for the Sioux Falls 1 Flyers as the Brookings Rangers dominate this game 6-3. I guess I would have to say it was dominated.
6-2.
I'm sorry, 6-2. Yeah.
It was a dominating performance, 36-31. Brookings outshot the Sioux Falls Flyers, and they advance to the state championship where they will await the winner of Rushmore and Hawaii. That will be coming up next. We're going to step aside. We'll come back in our post game and talk to our player of the game, which we already know is going to be Brett Hershoff of the Brookings Rangers. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSDR on KKQQ and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. The Field House in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Field House with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Field House, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here and into our post-game show, it is Jeff Anderson down with our player of the game with Breck Hershoff.
We are, of course, broadcasting live downstairs with Breck Hershoff. A goal and 5 assists. Quite a game for you guys.
Yeah, no doubt. Everybody was working hard out there, and it was fun to see us come together.
Just a fun team to play for?
Oh, absolutely. Every single one of us. We all like hanging out with each other, and, it's just really fun to play with these guys.
Well, you have 32 goals this year and 35 assists. Do you really care whether you get an assist or a goal?
No. It's all my teammates. It all comes from them. So just burying when they give it to me and them burying when I give it to them.
Did you hear the boos when you guys came out tonight?
Oh, yeah, we love that. It just fires us up even more. So
congratulations. Go get them tomorrow afternoon.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. And we got a goal for you. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll take it back up here as John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. We have a little bit of time here before our next game. We got about around 10 minutes, so we'll make this one quick here. But Brookings, well, they made it pretty quick, too. They win 6-2. They didn't really have too many problems with Sioux Falls 1. Credit to Brookings. Don't take anything away from Sioux Falls. Credit to Brookings for making that happen.
Well, Brookings beat a very good team, a really good team, and they handled a team that, they're number 3 in the state, Sioux Falls 1. And that's a good hockey team. Brookings Rangers look pretty good.
Yeah.
And they advance into the championship game, and they're going to be playing for a championship. We've got a good one coming up here.
Well, the Hawaii Capitals, the 4 seed against the top seed Rushmore Thunder. That'll be coming up here after here in about 10 minutes. So we're going to go back to regular programming. We'll come back on Capital City Rock, KSDR, KKQQ, and on Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube. We'll have that for you coming up here in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Our final score in this one, Brookings wins at 6-2 over Sioux Falls 1.
You've been listening to the 2022 Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, and the Ramcoda. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds & Associates, Hockey Headquarters, and the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce. And also by Becky Pottsaba, State Farm Insurance, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, and the University of Jamestown. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, Renke Gray Wealth Management, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, and Kubota. Join us all weekend for more exciting boys varsity hockey action. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports